are now tuned into the judges table. Representing the 314 in St. Louis and the 816 in Kansas City, here's your hosts, Slick 50 and Polo J.
What's going on?
Man, you tell me. Boy, yesterday was a great night of boxing, I tell you.
You know, even though it was great, there's something that I gotta say.
What?
Stop disrespecting Canelo.
Here we go. All right, come with it, man. Come with it.
Stop disrespecting this man because he dared to be great. He was not cherry picking. He was not. He was daring to be great. And sometimes when you dare to be great, sometimes you can get into a situation where you punch above your weight class. And that's what he did. But he hung in, if you want to be honest, he's hung in there a lot better than a lot of other people have hung in there with Bivol.
Right. Yeah, that's a fact.
He actually gave Bivol somewhat of a run for his money more than what anybody in his own weight class could actually do. So I would like to send out a heartfelt, congratulations to Demetrius Bivol, and you're going to get it next time, champ, for Canelo. It's just, it wasn't your time. Wrong opponent. Well, that's okay.
It looked like we are going to get around to most likely immediately. So the Golovkin thing on hold. I've already been asked this morning several times, do you think Canelo will get him next time? My answer is no. Because now, before the fight, like I told everybody, all Canelo had to do was be Canelo. And he did that. And it wasn't enough, right? But now we see all Bivol have to do is be Bivol. And that's what he did coming in there. He didn't do anything different. He did give him two different looks in one fight. I will say that. The flat-footed version of Bivol, and then he gave the great feet Bivol. The mover. I could say that I do believe that bulking up and putting weight on may have affected Canelo. A lot of people don't believe it, whatever. I mean, and I feel like if maybe if it came in a little lighter, the gas tank would last longer. That's how. No, I'm just saying this is what I was thinking, like a math equation. What ifs? Then I'm saying, nah, that wouldn't work. It is what it is, and this is the demonstration of this is why we have weight classes. I believe he's just too small overall, not weight, just arms, length. He got a guy to know how to use his height. He got a guy to know how to use his arm length and his shoulder, and know how to stick the jab. So I don't see nothing too much different. I do take my hat off to him though. I congratulate the man on that he wanted to challenge himself. You don't see too many other people doing that. They say, why would I want to go up? So what, he calling me out? Why would I do this? Why would I do that? And he dared to be great. And he gave his all. I mean, salutes to him, you know what I'm saying? And he didn't lose nothing. So what? He got a loss. He got a second loss. So what?
Greatness recognizes greatness. Bivol just punched his ticket into the Hall of Fame.
Well, he got a little more to go. I feel
he got a little more to go, but it's if his career was to end today, I believe he would be in.
Depends on what Canelo gonna do. I think if he gets his next one, I give you a perfect scenario. Say Canelo say, I'm just gonna stay at 175. Like you said, this ain't gonna end like this. Like you said, post fight, this ain't gonna end like this. I want my rematch. Right? He said some other things, but we're gonna get into that afterwards. But he said, it ain't gonna end like this, so I want my get back. I admire that. Now let's say that happens, which it will happen, and it happens, and he gets done worse. Does Canelo keep boxing, or does he just say, I'm done? And I'm done enough. I'm going to Hall of Fame. It is what it is, right? Then you can say Bivol was the man who made Canelo quit. That will most likely see me and him in. The cash cow, he made the cash cow leave boxing, basically put a reset on boxing. Because now they're going to look for a new cash cow. I think it will take something like that, well, it's not far. It's in reach. I'll be honest with you. The rematches was put in a hole for him. He already beat Canelo, and I feel like he should have had the option of not having to fight him right away, but I think they're going to make him fight right away. Smith and Better Beef coming up. He could be
undisputed.
Undisputed, bro. He could be undisputed and then fight Canelo on the back end. But if he beat Canelo worse, go get them belts, he's a for sure in, man. He's going to me, like I say, people take notice who this dude, because people wouldn't be calling him, who's the Bivol dude?
For me, even though it was a loss for Canelo, it was a win for boxing.
Oh, man. Was it not? Oh, my God.
Because these guys in these lesser-known divisions, people are going to have to start paying attention to them. They're going to have to start keeping an eye on them. Mm-hmm. The same way that people were skeptical about Usyk pretty much was copied and mimicked when it came to Bivol.
Yeah, 100%.
And sure, it could be chalked up to casual fan ignorance, but there was a lot of professionals who had the same ignorance towards Bivol as the casual fans do. And that was troubling when I heard it.
Mm-hmm. But
the more I sat down and thought about it, it's not that troubling. It's actually a good thing. It's actually a really good thing, because now even the professionals are going to have to pay attention. Yeah. You plan on moving up? Oh, who's all there?
Exactly.
Who is all there? Let me do my research on everybody.
That's how it should have been. That's why Cruiserweight had got slept on like it was.
Mm-hmm.
It was great fights up there at Cruiserweight. Usyk went through and dominated. You know what I'm saying? But nobody cared. But then, like you say, Usyk comes up to heavyweight, and they're like, who is this dude? He's too small. He's this. And it seemed to be reminiscent the same storyline of Holyfield. Like Holyfield can go to heavyweight. Yeah, he's good at cruiserweight, but he can't do it. And they do it. I don't understand how people, they will say there's levels to this. But then when it comes to a particular fight or fighter, all of a sudden that goes out the window.
That's uncontrolled bias.
Right.
That's what that is. That's an uncontrolled bias. And I'm not going to lie. Sometimes I suffer from it.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do.
Everybody does.
Everybody does. But
I was like I said, I picked Bivol, but I was still shocked. Like, he lost.
You know
what I mean? Like, Canelo lost, bro. Like, what?
For me, I had my trepidations going into the fight after hearing several rumors about him having an arm injury and things like that. And I was like,
Bivol.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, I can see how Canelo.
It was an elbow.
Win.
It was an arm,
like tennis elbow. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, anybody who's had their elbow hurt, you're not extending that damn thing.
Right.
So that was my trepidation, but in my heart of hearts, I was like, you know what? I've been screaming this man's name from the mountaintops since last March. When it comes to anybody who could beat Canelo, Joe Smith, no. Triple G, no. Jamal Charlo, no. Benavidez, no. Caleb Plant, iffy,
I don't
but
think so.
but at the same time, it was like a no. It wasn't to where I was 50-50 on it. That was more so like I was 60% he wasn't going to do it, but I could see a chance. But out of everybody, it was Dmitry Bivol where I was like, out of all of them, he could be the one because he's not as flat-footed as Better Beef. He's more active than a Joe Smith. He's more accurate than a Kovalev. He's all these different things, and all those different things spell trouble for Canelo.
Right. I feel like one thing I did learn from Bivol last night that really, really shed some light on things. I think Bivol is a better boxer than Better Beef. I think Better Beef may be a tad bit stronger than Bivol. And that says a lot because Bivol's strong as shit. You know what I'm saying? But it showed, and I think that Better Beef will pose a problem with Canelo too because he's not going to run. He's not, and he'll slug it with him, but that will be the guy to test Canelo's chin. Don't get it twisted. You know, you had Bivol test that man chin a gang of times. Salutes to Canelo. You have the chin of all chins. Bivol ate 4 flush, I know for a fact, uppercuts. Clean uppercuts. And he just looked at him like I was like, oh my God. Had me balled up like, oh. You know what I'm saying? This dude might go down, you know what I mean, from that. But
you know something that I don't like? People saying that Canelo quit.
No, he didn't quit. He didn't quit. I was gonna get to that, but no, he didn't quit. That man didn't quit. He didn't hit the dude dug deep, bro. Both of them guys took an off round. Okay, so we knew the gas tanks was damn near on E. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy that Bivol took 2 off rounds.
Yeah, he had to
even
conserve.
in his off round, he still showed a level of discipline in order to win those rounds.
It's hard to be the guy that got that level of discipline. You know how hard it is not to jump on somebody on the ropes, especially when you done had success on the ropes with this guy already. So you gotta know when this dude. You gotta really know when this dude trying to bait me in and when he ain't. That did it, and I think that did play a part. I think frustration was a big part when he scooped up Bivol and picked him up and everything. That was frustration, bro. Like he wasn't used to the normal tricks and the stuff he's doing was just not working.
But I've never seen Canelo get pushed down either.
No. No. Yeah, he got laid on like, hold on. Yeah. I think it was a thing of fatigue and frustration, bro. And the key for the whole fight was the jab. It was jab. It was 1-2 straight. 1-2 hook. 1-2. You know what I'm saying? Everything came behind the jab. If you go look at the normal picture of Canelo right now, and you go look at y'all know Popeye, Bruno on Popeye. You know how his forehead is with the hat, but his forehead hang over his brow a little bit. That's how Canelo looks. And that's not a joke. I'm just trying to give a real life comparison. His forehead was out here, and his brow was out here. It was like that's how much punishment and how hard that jab was. And I recall us telling people that dude don't look like he hit hard. Even when he swing hard, it don't look like he hitting hard, but he hits hard, bro.
Yeah.
And it was like, you know, I think that frustrated him.
When we were comparing his punching power, it was up there with Deontay. His punching power is up there.
Oh, yeah.
It's up there. It really is. And a notch above him is Better Beef.
Right, exactly. And it just looked like it's not up there with Deontay, because Deontay is like his last name. He wild. So it looked hellacious the way he throws it. You know what I'm saying? Whereas Bivol is more classy with it. Classy and poised with it. You know what I mean? He's gonna pick it. He's not just gonna throw it. You know what I mean? And that was another thing. The looks he was giving and the rotation of the torso he was doing. It was very different. It was like, you know, you shoot the jab, give a look. You know, shoot the jab. No, he was. Wow. It was like playing the game at Chuck E. Cheese when you're trying to hit the dudes. Yeah, and you don't know where they're gonna come from. That's how it was. You didn't know where this circle was gonna stop. It was gonna like wop, wop, wop. It was so he couldn't time it. And I was very impressed that times you saw his hand doing this, but it never did this. I'm used to him doing this. But he still had that tick, but it was still here where you can catch it. You know what I'm saying?
See, I think part of that was Canelo actually brought out the best in him.
Yeah.
Like, that was something that a lot of people were worried about, was the lights too bright for a Bivol.
Yeah.
And I was saying,
too,
no,
remember?
I don't think it was.
I said
really
that too
don't.
last Wednesday.
And I remember I challenged you on that because sometimes with certain people, it just doesn't matter.
Yeah.
They just have a job to do.
No.
And another thing I want to do.
He said that too, though. He did. He said that too before the fight. He said it's just another fighter. Y'all think he could walk on water. Just another fighter to me.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I love hearing that stuff. And then for the people that's out there saying that Canelo's defense is overrated.
Oh, no.
It is not. Let me explain to you, and I'm pretty sure Slick can piggyback off of this.
Mm-hmm.
When somebody has a whole 7 to 8 inches of reach over you,
mm-hmm.
when you're doing your normal step back and leaning, they have that advantage to come through with another follow-through punch on you. See, Canelo has a tendency to where when he's doing his defense, he drops his hands and he turns his head to the left.
To ride the punch. He tries to ride it.
But the thing that I noticed is he doesn't have the speed to hurry up and turn his head back to the right.
Right.
Yeah. And Bivol noticed that. So he would send a straight in right after his flurry whenever he went into that defensive stance and connected flush all the time on Canelo. And I think that was part of the frustration building in Canelo, because he realized that he couldn't box this man like he boxes everybody else.
Right. And that right there is what I was going to say. I think it was a matter of him turning this way, and he's used to them type of fighters like that. Because let's make this clear. Canelo has fought plenty of tall people with reach. Okay, so he's pretty used to it. But what he's not used to somebody throwing more than 2 punches at him at a time. He's used to anticipating the first one where it's going to come from, boom, and then you see him shift out. He never turns his head, but he gets that one, backs up a little, shift out, and then he comes out. You see what I'm saying? When he did that, so you got the one I rolled, shift out of the other one, and I'm about to load
caught him on the step back.
Like, dang, he catch him. You know what I'm saying? Every time. When he was throwing jabs, if you go back and look at it, he'll be like, why, and delay. As soon as he look like finna load up, pow! You know what I'm saying? So,
focus.
Yeah, I know. I see it. It'll work itself out, bro. It'll work itself out. I'm not even finna. There you go.
Yeah.
So I think that his timing and what he was used to. Now, I will say this, and I've been saying this a long time. Progression is everything. Now, the sad part about it, he didn't have progression for his light heavyweights, but it carries over from your last weight class. If you've been fighting guys that's not up to your level, right, and that carries over to somewhere, and you thinking this guy's nobody because don't nobody know who he is, and you try to look at him in the same manner as everybody else you did, that's lacking on his part, because the game plan that he came in there with, I will say this, was the same game plan that he used on Smith, right? A long, rangy boxer, right? Was a champion, and he took his arms out, but he didn't anticipate that Bivol and his team was going to be smart enough to look at all his work.
See, that's why film study is so important. Film study is, for those who say that they don't watch film or it's useless to actually do that, this fight proves you wrong. It does. Because with that Liam Smith fight, you could just look at all the things that Liam Smith was trying to do and just implement them. That's all you have to do, and prepare for what was his downfall.
Right.
Work on what made him lose. That's all you have to do. And it was the arms. The arms gave out on him. Well, why not get the swimming noodles? Put the weight bar in it. Whack the arms. Whack the arms. Every time he goes back into his guard, whack the arms. Whack the arms. It's enough cushion to where it's not going to break your arm or nothing, but it's going to simulate a punch.
If you also, I went back and looked at the highlights. I'm gonna go back and look at the whole fight again. It was something else he was doing. It was something I never really noticed. Like, I gotta go look at some other fights too. Before him getting whacked in the arm, Canelo was throwing hammers side. And he was seeing it come. He wasn't moving out the way, he was taking it. Every time he saw it come, it wasn't like he bunched up to brace it. He rolled. He
went limp.
Yeah, he rolled. Like, it was, but it actually moved. Like, I don't know if that took something off of it or what, but I peeped it. I was like, man, these guys like here was actually thinking in the lab. You know what I mean? They was really anticipating it. And you saw me from round one. I was like, ooh, he tagging it on. Ooh, he tagging that mother turning red. That mother turning red. But I don't know if that bought time on that arm or what. But I'll tell you this. At that second round, he took off. I'm telling that boy dug deep. That boy got heart. Both of them do. Canelo didn't want to lose that. People talking about he quit. He didn't quit. He didn't give up. Yeah, it's frustration. He tried his best, but the boy arms were just too short. He couldn't get up on him. And when you fighting a good boxer that can control the distance, because hey, from round 7 definitely on up, the boy was not trying to be distant at all. He started being in the boy's face. It was at the point where he had took enough of that boy shot of Canelo shots. He didn't believe he could be hurt by him.
And that says something to both of them, because yes, true enough, Canelo felt his power. Canelo did back up a couple of times.
Oh, he start backing up. After that 1-2, he take 2 of them jabs. He back up because he knew after that it was coming. But what did you do then? Because you take yourself out of position to counter.
Yeah. See, in the uppercut wasn't as effective as Canelo thought it was, but the hooks were.
Yeah.
The hooks were.
Yeah, they were ringing.
Bivol felt them hooks.
Yeah, it was ringing.
He felt the hooks.
It was time Bivol got hit with it, and he'd just back up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? To gain composure. But, like, one thing I will say that I didn't understand from round 1, round 2, you know, Canelo was hooking the arms and going to the body. I felt like he should have stayed at that body. You know what I'm saying? He'd have had a better shot.
The reason why he didn't stay at the body, this is just my opinion, because we're not going to act like Bivol is slow.
Oh, right.
We're not going to act like
feet. He got good feet.
He has good feet, and he has decent hand speed.
Yeah.
Decent hand speed, enough to where if Canelo was going to try to come in and open himself up like that, that swivel was coming.
Yeah.
That swivel was coming, and then he was going to catch 2. Yeah. It was going to be, instead of 2 jabs this time, it was going to be 2 straights.
And nothing he was doing too, that now I don't recall seeing him. I got to go watch it back. Instead of him hopping back, you know how boxers hop back, Bivol, he like be on his toes and he skip back. It's almost like he was like, and then he'll skip forward real fast. Like he take 2 skips back after you get yours off, he come 3 forward.
I think that was the double skip back was to still stay in range if Canelo was going to come forward.
But I never seen him do it before.
To where he could stop.
And jump 3 in on him. Yeah, it was crazy. I was like, wow. And
that's IQ.
Yeah,
that's IQ.
I never seen them do that. And I was like, wow. You know, I've seen them hop back, you know what I'm saying, to get out of range and things like that. But he just skipped 1, 2. Okay, his punch done. Wop. But as he's swinging, he's skipping forward. And I was like, okay, dude, doing this thing. Like I said, he came in and gave the man different looks, you know what I'm saying, and all that. And I'm not tooting Bivol's horn.
Technical difficulties.
What happened? Oh, what happened, man?
Your And
there you is. You there?
Is it me?
Yeah. Can you hear me? You can't hear me?
Not for real. You keep cutting in and out.
I don't know. We're gonna roll with it.
Oh.
Well, but for me, I ain't tooting this horn or whatnot the case may be, but I think like Bivol is something to be reckoned with. I think a lot of people took notice. I believe that his division is on notice. People gonna want a piece of it because now he's gonna be the cash cow of his division.
Mm-hmm.
You know, at the least. You know what I'm saying? If he definitely get rid of Canelo on the second time, Lord forbid he knock him down, knock him out. You know what I'm saying? It's a wrap. He will be the man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It just the reason I won't put this out there too. Reason I can't say he'll be an overall cash cow because he's in a heavyweight. Heavyweights don't get the revered because the smaller guys can go up, right? Heavyweights can't go down like that. They can't. You know what I mean?
Shame.
Yeah, so you know what I mean? But he's gonna make some good money. He's gonna get that payday. You know what I'm saying? And Canelo, before we move on into the next thing about Canelo gonna be king. He still is king at 168, and he gonna get his.
Payday.
Y'all heard it? Let me cut the music off so you can hear him.
Payday. You want payday?
He gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? Bivol finna get another one. He still gonna get another. But my thing is, I want to see how Canelo gonna be if he loses.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Now, having said that, I don't know if you heard, Bivol did an interview after the fight outside the ring, and he was trying to say the same thing in the ring, but you know certain things he can't. His English. So outside the ring, I forgot he was talking to a female commentator or whatever, and he said, yeah, I'll fight him again. He said, this fight, I didn't have nothing to gain, basically. I'm paraphrasing. He said, I didn't have nothing to gain. This was just a fight. I just took it, you know, because it was an opportunity, right? Mm-hmm. He said, but I took it and I was being treated as if I was a challenger. He said, for this next fight, there has to be some negotiations because I'm not coming in as a challenger.
Oh no. I always thought that was the most disrespectful part of the fight. You know, he is the champion. He has everything to lose, but yet he's the challenger. Does that make sense to anybody?
Yeah, it did make sense that he was challenging because my dude coming up to fight him, he's challenging him.
Mm-hmm.
Dude's at home. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is his house. And I did skip something. For people to say this is an upset, for me, it's not. All right? It's not an upset. An upset would have been is Usyk beating AJ. That's an upset. You actually had a smaller guy come up and tore a dude in his house out the frame. You see what I'm saying? This guy did what he was supposed to do. That's not an upset. So there was not much that he had to believe in. He's in his comfort zone. Canelo needed more belief in, had all the pressure on him. He's the one coming up. And that's something I don't like hearing. Oh, it's an upset. It's technically not an upset. He fought one other time at 175 and he beat Kovalev. Kovalev was broken. I'm being honest. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's true. You're right.
You know. So, and I feel like it is what it is. One more thing. You answered that. Let me give you one more thing about this. Now, this one is about Canelo. He on a post conference, he said, I was not 100% going into this fight. Now, you know I hate when people wait till after. And it came out Canelo's mouth. That's why I was saving. I wanted to get all praises out to him and all that out without messing that up. But he did say that. He said he was not 100% going into that fight. How do you feel about that?
So, never give detractors a reason to talk about you.
Mm-hmm.
Never. that makes you look weak. It really does. Don't do that. That's something you should have kept between yourself, your family, and your training staff.
Right. I felt like that should have just been it. Hey, we going out there next time. I don't want to hear nothing. That's what I admire about AJ. AJ got whooped. Hey, the better man won. That's it. It ain't nothing else. What y'all want from me? I got beat. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it, bro. That's not me being an asshole. It's only two dudes in the ring, and guess what? One only could be the winner, and I'm the loser. Whatever. So, yeah, man, I that kind of bothered me in a sense, for real. It just wasn't where it was at for me to hear that. Whatever. I was like, oh man, you know what I'm saying? If you something wrong with you, say it beforehand.
I don't like that.
Yeah,
I don't like that because I know that the certain groups are going to be running with that instead of the performance that he put on.
Right.
Fight.
Right.
That was the problem that I had when it came to Lomachenko. Sure enough, he did have a legitimate injury. He did. So Canelo might have a legitimate injury himself. But the way that media works, you don't want that. You don't want that.
But not for me. I'm like,
especially when everybody on that side is looking for a reason to downgrade your success.
Yeah, man. And for me, it just makes you look bad. Like it look like you trying to have a way out. Like, no, just you can't accept. It's like it makes you look like you can't accept defeat.
When defeat is part of the game. That's the beautiful thing about sports.
Right.
You can be defeated.
Right.
You could go. Canelo can go. Realistically, honestly, after this, even if he loses to Bivol again, all the people who are calling him out are still going to want to fight him.
You're goddamn right.
Because they think that they can beat him. And I don't give none of them a chance against him.
You're goddamn right.
Tell him, Frazier.
I don't. Honestly, the only person that I could see would give him a run, and that's only if he comes up and meets him there, is Earl.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I love Terrence. I really do. But I think Terrence is a little too light in the ass for a Canelo.
Yeah, now that's one I have to be very. I'm a big Bud fan, but I don't know about that one. And
I'm not an Earl fan.
But I ain't gonna say he can't do it though. If he take that fight, I'm riding with Bud. I'm letting that know, y'all. I'm riding with Bud.
I'm gonna ride with Bud too. But I just think he's gonna be a little too light. It's gonna be a tactician's fight. That's what it's gonna be. It's not going to be for the casual fans where, the hard hits, the knockouts. No. This is going to be a chess match.
Right.
Earl, that's the one that the casuals are going to want to see.
Yeah. That's exactly what the casuals are going to see. That's going to be, but just to give a quick rundown, so rematch, may possibly in 3 months, which will put Gennady Golovkin, if we have to wait to see if Canelo wins. If he wins, we see him. I'm just saying, if he wins, he'll fight. He gonna get the fans, like you say, for the fight fans, the third fight. So he'll fight Canelo, but it may not be till May next year or late this year. Late this year or May next year, bro.
This year.
And that's if he win, bro. And then we got to see where his headspace is if he loses. And the beautiful thing is, he's king, but he's such a competitor, though. You know what I mean?
The bad thing is a fight like this, a fight like he just had, it takes years off of him. It does.
And I want to say this too. I know we keep saying he got his ass whooped. But I'm gonna be honest with you, it was a war.
It was a war. It was
a war.
It was a beautiful dance.
Yeah, it was like, somebody had one person figured the other one out. But even though Canelo got hemmed up, he put up a great fight.
You got to watch two boxers at work.
Yeah,
two boxers. That's actually rare to see nowadays, actually.
For real.
Two boxers going at it. Neither one of them actually gave up any ground, if you really think about it.
Right, for real.
All the times that either one of them were stepping back, it was due to thinking, okay, what can I do? It's not like a step back and then reset like you see from punchers.
Mm-hmm.
No, their step backs actually mean something. Like, okay, that's not working. Let me see if I could do
Reassess.
this and this.
Right, reassess. It was a beautiful fight. Like you said, it was a beautiful dance, man. A beautiful dance. Shout out to the boxing guys for giving us, I believe it's the 4th weekend so far.
Yes.
Of some great boxing, bro. Old boy who took the toe on UFC. You know, I forgot your name, bro, but dang, bro.
Ferguson.
Yeah,
Ferguson
bro.
took a
that
punch.
was something else, bro, right there. Oh my God. I woke up thinking about that. I said, this dude got the ball of his toe dead on the chin. That's some shit right there, bro.
That's a perfect place to kick.
I'm telling you.
Perfect place. That was,
man.
UFC showed out too. They really did show out.
Yeah, they did. I'm telling you, because when I saw it, the first thing was like, it can't be me. Promise you, couldn't be me.
You know what?
Man. Them guys are warriors for that.
You know what? I want to pose it to the fans because we're going to wrap this up. What fight has been the best fight so far this year?
And hold on, that's kind of early, boy. It's some more going about to be. We got more.
But
we got
so
more
far,
coming up.
But since January has hit, has anything been a miss?
No.
Except for
Ortiz.
Except for that, has any of these fights been a miss?
Even Chocolatito, fight was gangster.
So, and you can include the UFC into this too. You can,
yeah, for sure.
Which fight, not card, fight, has been the best fight so far this year?
Hell yeah. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button.
That's a good
comment, subscribe. Hey, put y'all answers down bottom, man. Down bottom. I want to see that. I want to see that, bro. As y'all see, this is a Monday, first taping of the show. We will be live on Friday, so we'll see y'all not Wednesday, but Friday live, the judges table. All right, Mondays and Fridays, homie. All right, and everything in between. Y'all gonna be seeing us then too. You come over here, get your UFC news. Come get your boxing, basketball, baby, all that. Welcome to GMT Sports. We up out of here, man. Y'all be easy.